Hi, beautiful soul. In this pick a card reading, we're looking at what they think about you. Thank you for joining me, Mystic Mia Moksha, here on Mostly in the Moment for another pick a card reading. We have 4 piles here. You may choose a pile based on the number, the image, or the crystal that resonates with you. The timestamps are below. And I just want to say thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing. I try to do my best in upholding myself to the highest standards and channeling these divine messages for you, for most of the people that come across this reading. So if it doesn't resonate, pick another pile, pick a card reading. And with that, I hope you enjoy the reading and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 535 with the Amazonite. Let's look at what they are thinking about you. So let's see what they're thinking about you. Okay, I feel like they feel like insecure around you, or that you might be a little shy around them, and they find this really cute and adorable, and they feel like they want to kind of make you more comfortable around them, although they kind of like melt when they feel that you're feeling a little shy around them, or you act kind of like a little like, oh, like, wouldn't you like to know, like I have a secret, or you know, when you're feeling a little bit flustered around them, or you can tell that you kind of might have like a crush around them, or you might like them, or you're being a little flirtatious, like they love it and they melt in that energy, and they're trying to prolong it, because this is like the butterfly in the stomach feeling. Or even if you've known this person for a long time, is it just, you still feel this way around them and they still feel this way around you, and they savor every moment of it, they cherish it, I'm hearing. But they're trying to make you feel a little bit more comfortable if this is new and you're a little bit shy. And they're trying to make that effort for that, but they find it so dang adorable, I'm hearing. You, the muse, like they feel like they can write like so many songs about you. They feel like you inspire them to make art, and it's like happy art. It's like love-filled art, it's love-filled music, or like whatever they create. Maybe they build things, maybe they paint, maybe they're creative in other ways, maybe they're creative in their athletic abilities, maybe they're creative in their grooming abilities, or whatever it is, their styling abilities, their maybe making digital art or videos or whatever. But whatever they create, you inspire them. They're like, I'll use you as a muse. Like, I will use you as inspiration for this piece of art, because you are a piece of art, and I'm getting like 1,000 ideas from you already. So you are a real inspiration to them. I hide behind material things. Yeah. So I feel like you dress really well, and they might dress really well, or like if not like all the time, like you definitely have pieces that are like, wow, like that is definitely, like you can tell that's their style, like that's definitely their voice in clothing or shoes or accessories or whatever, or the way you style your hair, or the way you present yourself in some sort of way, like maybe the things that you have in your home, little knickknacks and stuff, and the way you decorate your home, or the way that your car, or the way you organize certain things. Like they realize that like you have your own sense of style, and they love it, but they see that you kind of gatekeep some of your style, because your style is so unique that people would probably copy off of you if they had the chance. So you kind of gatekeep things, because like you find things special, and you know like people would copy your style, and they'd make things that like are really special to you not so special anymore. I mean, it'll still be special to you, but like people will kind of ruin it. So they notice these things about you, and they're kind of the same way, like they have their own style and stuff like that, but they definitely see that you have a very authentic point of view, like a very specific artist's eye, and you pick out things that are like so true to your like taste. Friendship and gratitude. I feel like they can tell that like the people that are your friends are really grateful to be your friend. Like you do a lot of things to help your friends and you don't ask for anything in return. You just kind of, you know, things that would help them out. You know when to like show up for your friends. You know when to like, they can tell by the way that your friends treat you that they really appreciate you. Like I feel like your friends are like, oh yeah, you have the last piece of the pizza, or like let me add a little bit more in your drink, or let me, you know, like, oh let me buy you little things, like let me buy this for you, or let me buy your coffee, or let me, like, oh, I bought this little gift for you, just because. Like you influence your friends in a positive way because you've done all those things. Like your friends are so good to you because you went above and beyond for your friends. And so your friends, like, even if they're not like the best people, or they're kind but only to certain people, they're very super kind to you because you bring out the best in people, and people see that you put in like genuine honest effort, and you're someone like worth taking care of and like spoiling and spending energy and effort on, because you do that in like droves for others. So like they're noticing like you're such a special person. Like you're like, they can tell by the way other people, specifically your friends, treat you. Turn criticism into kindness. And you're not the kind of person to kind of dwell on criticism. Like you're the kind of person that's like, oh, if someone gives you honest, good criticism, you take it and you're like, okay, yeah, that kind of sucks to hear, but like, you know what, they're kind of right. Or you might not even think it sucks. You're like, oh wow, have I actually been doing that? Like, oh, maybe I should like work on that or change that. So when there's criticism, when you're giving criticism that like you feel is like valid and true, you actually use it to make yourself better, or make your work better, or make the situation better. But if you hear criticism that's just kind of like totally below the belt, like totally unwarranted, like you didn't deserve it and it's totally not true, instead of like biting that person back, which you probably could, you kind of like show them your teeth and then be like, watch what you say next time, or take care of yourself, or you tell them something that like could possibly help them in a situation. Like you have a higher perspective and you're like, okay, you must be angry at something. You must be angry at the world. It's not okay to take it out on people. You know, like you have to go within and do your inner work. Like figure that out. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that to people. Not just me. Don't do it to other people. Like you're very like above that pettiness, and your person notices that, which is really cool. Okay, and so let's look at what they think of the connection between the two of you. What do they think of the connection between the two of you? Empowerment. So they feel like you're the kind of person that would like support them, make them feel more powerful, and they would want to do the same for you. And there might have been like, if you already know this person, like it might have been a situation where you two kind of really helped like be a cheerleader for each other. Like they see that you're a kind of person that like makes someone better, feel more confident, feel stronger, feel like they can go out and do that thing. And if they don't, and if they fail, like you'll be there to like comfort them. And they see the power behind what a relationship with you would be like. And they want to be the same kind of person. And they hope they can be that kind of same person back to you, or at least like in all their relationships in the future, like friendships and whatnot. So they are taking your lead. They see that you empower people, and you don't try to bring people down because you think that like you can only be powerful if other people are less empowered. Like you don't think that way. And they think that's so brave of you. They think that's so true and honest, and they wish that there were more people like you in the world. And they hope they can be like that to you. They're not sure. I'm getting. Mars, move forward, defend yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, I feel like they feel like they're kind of like a defensive kind of person. They kind of feel like they're still more 3D physical reality kind of level. Like, they're not too like spiritual. They're not someone who can be above it sometimes. And so they feel like they see you as an inspiration and they want to be more like you. But they are a little bit more fiery in their temperament. Sometimes they are a little bit more defensive. They're like, I couldn't be as nice as you are to most people. In fact, they might have even poked fun at you for that. Like, oh, like, why are you being so nice to this person? But then when you show your teeth, you're like, oh, why are you being so mean? It's like, you can't win with this person. And Spirit is saying is like, they just feel like they're not at the same place as you, but you inspire them hell a lot. Like, that's why you're their inspiration. That's why you're their muse. Like, they want to be more in your energy. They want to be more like you, because when they're around you, they like look at life more positively. They tackle tasks in front of them more willingly. They like create more happy stuff, you know? And so they're like, they realize the influence of you, of your energy. The Tower in reverse. Okay. They feel like it's a miracle that you came into their life. Like, they feel like they were just living life, la-di-da-da, and then all of a sudden you came along and you kind of, I'm hearing, wrecked their life. Like, you were their Moldavite. You kind of showed them what living in a higher vibe can be like, living as a better person, living with, you know, higher goals, living with honor and virtues. And at first they might have kind of had this like kind of attack Mars energy towards you, because you were showing them how they could better themselves, better their life, and that they need to put energy and effort into that if they want, you know, this new kind of high vibe life. If they want more out of life, because you show them their potential and they're like, ugh, like, that means I have to do more work. And they didn't like that at first, but now they feel like a little bit more protective over you. Like, they'll fight for you because there needs to be more of you in the world, that you do what's right. You have a lot of integrity and there needs to be more of that. And you like lead by example. You just you existing would make people around you better, as they can see from your friends, as they can see from themselves. You know, they're living proof of it. My power lies in my peaceful presence. So I feel like they're kind of trying to be this person that's like around you, that like is observing you, is trying to be in your energies. They're being inspired by you, but they're like, I think I'm way too chaotic. I think I'm not good for a pile 353. I think I'm a bad influence. Like, I think I'm the one who's going to bring them down or hold them back. And so they still want to be with you. They still want to be around you, but they feel like if they're just like more quiet around you and just like talk to you like here and there, they like to see you, they like to be around you, but they're realizing like maybe they're the problem. Okay. It's time to release negativity. Yeah. So you've been a huge influence on them. You kind of were their wake-up call, that they have been kind of holding on to negativity, negative views, being very pessimistic, being very cynical, and like spreading like bad negative vibes around them. And they didn't realize they were doing it because they were just living normal life. And I feel like the environment that they're usually in and the people they usually hang around with are like the same as them. So they didn't think anything was wrong until you came into their life and showed them like everything was like at a lower vibe than they thought it would be. So that's why in the beginning they were kind of angry at you, because you showed them that like there is this other side to people and the world where things are more high vibe and positive and righteous, I'm hearing. So I'm going to pull some cards for like signs that this is your person and they're actually thinking about you, that this is your pile. Okay, nest, an emotionally secure, loving family. Okay, it's important to you. So I'm getting, if they make a comment about you kind of like nesting or like getting ready to nest, or something like a joke about nesting, you know, women who get like pregnant, they can have like a nesting phase where they start to like get their home ready for this, like, you know, a child coming in. So if there's some reference to that, or if you see a nest with like eggs in it or something, that will be a sign, because like it seems like you're ready to kind of be in a more committed relationship, and this person hasn't been showing signs of that. But if you see like a nest or something, that means like spirit is working for you, whether it's through this person or another person. The spirit is like looking for you to get into a serious connection as well. And whether it's with this person or not, they like spirit will work in your favor for you to get that secure and stable home, victory in some sort of endeavor. Okay, so spirit is saying like you will be successful as long as you keep being your authentic self and doing like not letting this person dim your light, or not letting anyone else dim your light, and continue being like the awesome person that you are. Because I feel like this person's energy kind of rubbed off on you, maybe them, maybe their friends, maybe the people around you, maybe this is like a workplace situation, or just like the community you're in or something like that, and it's just gotten you kind of like down. Like, no, like be like better, be better than this person, be better than the people around you, and spirit's like you will have victory, you will get your like more serious connection. And psychic ability, trust your intuition. So I'm getting like if you see an eye, like a eye drawing, but I'm getting specifically an eye of an animal. Something about an eye of an animal. Like if you see an image of just an eye of an animal, or if you see an eye of an animal that really is like unique and just like specific, distinguished, unique, then that's a symbol too. And I'm getting that it's like if you've seen these signs recently in the past week or few days, the next few days or the next week or so, that is a sign that this is your person and this is what they actually are thinking about you, and this is what's actually happening in your connection. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this reading. I really appreciate a like or comment if you resonated or like this reading, this type of reading. This I did in a different format, and or if you just want to support me. So thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 424 with the rose quartz. Let's look at what they think of you. The end. Okay. So I don't know if you've just gotten out of a connection or something like that, but they feel like you're done putting up with anything that no longer serves you. Like you're someone that will like give something a chance, but if there's any indication that, if there's like a ton of red flags or any indication that this connection isn't going to go somewhere, or that you're not in it, that your person isn't in it as much as you are, 424, that like you're going to get the boot, that you're serious, not no nonsense, not going to put up with BS. You'll pack your things and go. Like, and I'm getting like, if this connection doesn't work out, you're like, okay, well, it's time for me to go then. And you know exactly what to say. Even if they start chasing you after, you're going to go. And if it's like that you've kind of dated around this certain location or something like that, and, you go on one more bad date or one more relationship, maybe not even a bad date, but like on on a date that doesn't resonate with you, or if you end a relationship that doesn't resonate with you, you're like, I'm going to leave this location. You're not afraid to pack your bags and go, I'm hearing. If you know, your person doesn't step up for 24, they know. They're like, okay, 424 is not messing around. It's time. Balance. Something about like, you like to keep your life balanced. You like to work on every area of your life. You're pretty like well organized, good head on your shoulders, really, really responsible. Like to keep on top of things. And if things get a little bit unbalanced here and there, that's fine. But like if it gets too unbalanced, you work at making sure that your life is well rounded and well balanced. And so I'm getting that like your romantic relationship sector of your life has been kind of affecting the other areas of your life too much, and you're like, okay, that's it, gotta call it quits. Like if you're affecting the other parts of my life negatively, then this relationship isn't working for me. You're no nonsense, you're not putting up with anything that's like holding you back. If it's temporary, you're like, okay, if you're saying this is temporary, then we'll go on a break and we'll see. But like, if I see that you're having a negative influence on my life and not actually helping improve my life, not helping me and us grow, then you're gonna throw my life out of whack, and you know, I'm not for that. So I feel like you're someone who's very wise, who's has a lot of experience or has a lot of knowledge about romantic relationships, and you're very kind. You give people a shot. I'm getting you're the kind of person that like, if someone's really interested in you but you're not interested in them, you like kind of let them down gently. But if someone's being too much, you cut them off and you let them know, and it's like bye and block. You know, like you know how to handle people depending on their disposition. If they're really nice, if they're really pushy, if they're putting work, energy and effort into the connection, or if they're not, if they don't know what they want, if they're playing games with you, you know you know it was my fault but I blamed you. Yeah, so you're like, if someone's trying to play games and like trying to say like, hey, like, oh, it's because of you, you know, I couldn't put up with this with you, or like no one ever would put up with that. Like they're playing like these kind of like narcissistic games, and it might be just someone who's like not experienced in relationships, so you know, but you know, still you're not going to put up with that. It's like, okay, we'll learn with someone else. You kind of, you're not going to take the blame for anything that is not yours to take. You are someone who will fess up if you messed up. You will apologize, you'll own up to it. You're the kind of person, again, no nonsense, you know, good head on your shoulders, you know how to handle these kinds of things. So when this person kind of tried to tell you that you were acting too much this way, or they didn't know how to deal with you when you were like this, or no one's gonna ever put up with this, or like, you know, you kind of you know, that situation where it's like, you know, you're like, okay, I know that I've done this, and this, but, you know, I also think that, like, you need to improve on this, or this, or, like, I want to put up boundaries for this behaviors of yours. I know that you don't like these behaviors of mine, but, like, we can work on it. And then they're like, yeah, that's right. You are this, and this. Like, okay, well, I put out not just what I want you to work on, but I put out what I think you want me to work on, but you're just fucking blaming me, right? So like, I'm getting that kind of energy where you're just like, no. Excuse me, are you not going to own up to what you've done? Well, okay then, bye. It was nice knowing you. Very strong. I'm getting that energy. Destiny. It's like, okay, if this was meant to be, then we would both be on the same page. We would be very similar. I've met a lot of couples that are kind of very like, you know, they like to make fun of each other. They like to joke with each other. But at the end of the day, that's just like their sense of humor. That's just how they get along. You know, I met couples that are kind of like both do kind of shady things, but like, you know, they're on the same level. They're ride or die. They stick by each other, and that's whatever. That's them. But most of the couples that I meet, they have like kind of high hopes at the beginning of the connection, and kind of like, evens out, and most people are okay with that. And I do meet a lot of divine counterpart folks with my personal readings, because I am a divine counterpart reader. I've done twin flame readings, I do soulmate readings, I do high level, highly spiritual, and like highly like romantic with a lot of love and light readings. So I do come across a lot of those energies as well. And for those people, like, they know their destiny, they know what they are meant for, they know the kind of connection that they deserve and should have. And so when someone doesn't fit that mold, it's like, okay, I'm not going to try to force you in and force you into my life and force this to work. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And that's harder said than done, because a lot of people get comfortable, feel kind of lonely, not having someone around to be physically intimate with, or just even like hold and talk to and touch and hug and stuff. So, but this is like boss energy, where like, if someone doesn't fit your life, if you don't fit someone else's life, if you don't fit well together, you're not going to force it. Destiny's going to bring in someone who is right for you. So I feel like that's this pile 424. And for that reason, I'm getting from Spirit, you're going to find the one sooner than most people. And I'm not talking about just like anyone. Of course, you're probably very beautiful, very good looking, very healed energy, very, very strong. Your confidence is very sexy as well. Your wisdom is very sexy, I'm hearing. But it's like, you're not just going to find anyone. You'll probably get a lot of hits. You'll probably get a lot of interest. If you don't think so, you do. You're looking for that high vibrational connection. The high level love, right? Okay, be bold. Don't be afraid to stand out. And you're not. Your person knows it, 424. And I'm feeling like this isn't just like one person that I'm reading the energy for. I feel like this is maybe a few, several, maybe many people that know you. This is their energy being like, yeah, 424 is bold. They're not afraid to say what's on their mind. They're not rude about it. They're right. And they can't be mad at you for it. You look really good. You stand out. You're one in a million. You're rare. You're a gem. You're a diamond. And, people have to either get in line, get on your page, or move on. And you're probably someone who's looking for someone who is already on your page, and that might be very hard. It might be rare. It's not impossible, but you might find someone who is more almost on your level and might get on your level. That's more realistic. So you have a lot of patience with people. You give people a shot. You're really kind. But once you find out that that person isn't willing to grow and evolve and get on your level, you move on. But I'm getting, for some of you, people might meet someone who is on your level or higher. I know that's what your goal is. That's what you aim for. That's what you look for. And Spirit's like very proud of you for that, I'm hearing. So don't be shocked if you meet someone on that level, or meet someone who's very close to your level. Okay. And you are patient. You do what's right. You take time. You don't just swipe left and right. You take time. You get to know people on a real level. Okay, so what does this person think about your connection with them? Compassion. Yeah, you have a lot of compassion, and it's like so obvious, because it's not just like with your romantic love interests. It's not just with the many people who have crushes on you or have an interest in you. It's with all people. So I'm getting that your compassion shines through. You are a leader of this world, leading with your heart. There needs to be more heart leaders out there, and you're one of them. And you're compassionate. You're kind to those who might not know better. You teach them in a way that doesn't belittle them, and that respects who they are and where they are in their learning and growing journey. You don't talk to people like as if they're below you. But the people who are kind of disrespecting you, or not treating you correctly, or not being their best self, and throwing garbage energy your way, you show them compassion to a point, but you will show them your full power and strength, You will give them the harsh truth. You'll give them a dose of reality, and you'll do it as nicely as you can. But this person is going to take it negatively no matter what you do. So this person can't get mad at you because what you're saying is true. And you say it so simply. You say it in like 1 or 2 sentences, and then, you don't have to make it a huge thing. You just say it really quickly. You say it very slowly, clearly, with a lot of love and honesty, light, truth. You don't make it a huge thing, but you say it slowly. You say it with a low, not angry voice. You say it in your normal voice. You maybe even a calmer voice. You say it not you say it slowly. When I say quickly, I mean you say it in like a short period of time, concise, to the point, and then you move on. You're not playing around. You're not playing around. Self-expression. The Sun card, yeah. You shine. You shine magnificently. And before in your life, I'm hearing, you might have gotten attacked for that reason. You might have gotten attacked while you were starting to shine your light really brightly. You might have had your really bright light for most of your life, dimmed here and there, but for most of your life, you might have had a really bright light. And you might have had a lot of people kind of try to attack you when you're first shining your light, or when you're shining your light again after a long period of dim. And that's kind of like yourself, fighting yourself for whether you should be really nice, whether you should be really kind, whether you should be very heart-centric. And your ego being like, no, look at all these people who take advantage of you, or look how your light attracts all these people, mostly bad ones, who just want a piece of that light, and all these things. But it doesn't push you down. It encourages you to fight through it and shine your light even harder. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with your killer smile, and shine brighter. And then you'll eventually see that people can't stand that light, that can't be in that light, can't be in that high vibe. And all that's left is people who are your people, The Lover's card. Oh. So you are meant to have a really high vibrational, high level soulmate, divine counterpart, twin flame kind of relationship. And you know it. And I feel like you've had a lot of hardship with your romantic relationships in the past. With romantic connections in the past, and you're pushing through. This is your sign from the divine above that push through. You've learned too much, you've went through too much to stop now. You're stronger than you were before. You can shine brightly. It's gonna be easier now, but just keep pushing through. Self-worth. I honor my self-worth by asking what I want. You're able to easily discern now who you want to be friends with, who would be a good friend to you, and you would have a good friendship with, who you'd want to be in a romantic relationship with, are they the right kind of partner? Even with things like job, career, your home location, family relationships that you might want to put up boundaries for. Who do you want to put boundaries for? Who's actually there for you? Everything. You have such a strong sense of self-worth now, or you're growing into it stronger at this time whenever you come across this reading. And it's such a by honoring yourself, others honor you, right? By honoring your life, others honor your life. And so I'm getting you just fought through some of some darkness, some of the dark periods where people it feels like people are attacking you, but really it's your own ego, your own shadow self, using your environment and the people and things around you to attack you, because you're questioning if shining your light is the right thing to do. Maybe after a period of dim light, maybe after not shining so brightly for a while, or at a period of time where you're questioning if you should shine your light brighter. Okay, so what do they think of your connection? Expect powerful change. Yeah, wow. So I do feel like this pile 424, this is a pushing through to a magnificent, beautiful, huge, powerful change in your life. Wow, that's amazing. So how does the spirit think? Older women. Okay, so with the older woman card, I always think of like a wise old woman, like a crone, who's just ready to kind of share her wisdom and like is a trustworthy advisor that like will tell you exactly where you need to go next in your life, or what option might be best for you, or what might be coming up for you. So I feel like there's gonna be like an older woman that enters your life that kind of gives you good advice or good direction or good support or knowledge or something that you need for your path forward. So older woman. An axe. Forces working against you. Yeah, see? So this is your pile if you see like an axe or like a machete, or like I'm getting like any kind of like very specific blade that's very ornate, very decorative, or very like old. And it's not something like that you look for, it's something that just presents itself to you. So if you see an axe or some sort of blade, maybe like a war-worn blade, or like a very nice samurai blade or something like that, like just something very like a unique type of blade, that will be a sign. If you saw it recently, in the past few days, the last week, or in the next few days, or the next week or so, that will be a sign that this pile, this energy is for you for sure. And dark man. So I am getting with the dark man. So I do feel like you're going to meet an older woman and also a man with like darker hair or darker complexion. I'm also getting shadow self. So it could be your shadow self, or your shadow self through a person. So like a karmic, or an ex, or like someone that presents themselves. It could be a friend or a family member, or just someone random that presents themselves as like a shadow aspect of yourself. And this is going to be someone that you just kind of contend with to kind of finally defeat the dark part of yourself, or that thing that was holding you in the dark, not letting you shine so brightly. I'm going to pull one more card just because. What is this dark man? Candle, you'll be shown the way. Oh, so just know that like when this like shadow aspect presents itself, either through you or through another person, you're gonna get a wise woman. So it could be an actual person, or it could just be someone like on YouTube, or like, I don't know, like an app or something. Wise woman to give you advice, like a physical, actual person, in person or online or something. An axe, a blade, a shadow aspect. I'm getting through a person. So a shadow aspect through a person. someone you know. I'm getting mostly, it could be a stranger, but for most of you, someone you know, like a family or friend or an ex or something like that. You'll be shown the way. So like Spirit is going to show you how to get through that shadow self experience. Three of Cups, yeah. It's someone that's like in your friend circle or in your family circle. Maybe someone that's like, I'm hearing like wedding, like through marriage, related through marriage, or related through, or you met this person at a marriage or event, or while hanging out with friends, you meet this dark aspect. It could be through text, it could be in person, but Spirit's gonna show you the way through. Yeah, because it's time to push through. It's time for this powerful change. So Spirit's gonna show you the way. They're gonna even send a specific person to give you relationship advice specifically. So you might go to a tarot card reader, or just some like, a wiser, older female in your family, or just someone you come across in the store or something like that. All right, so 424, take what resonates, leave the rest. I really appreciate a like or comment if this resonated. If you like this type of reading, this is a new format that I'm using, or if you just want to support me, which I really appreciate. So thank you again. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 616 with the blue Aragonite. Let's look at what they think about you. Oh, late bloomer, the Knight of Rings, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so I do feel like it might have taken you a little bit longer to find love. It might have taken you a little bit longer to find the right career path for you, to find out who you really are, the kind of life that you want to live. You might have been called, the black sheep of the family. It might have taken you a little bit longer to figure out your style, or the kind of music that you like, or the kind of person you want to be with, the kind of relationship you kind of want to have. And so it's not just you, but your person, 616, is also saying that they are a late bloomer as well. And maybe they're saying to you that like they feel they're sorry that they haven't like matured enough or became responsible enough or haven't got their shit together in order to come into a relationship that you would like, a kind of relationship you would like. And they're like, I know I feel like I'm feeling like I'm falling a little bit behind, but like, I will get there. And I feel like they're also recognizing that like, they resonate with you on that because you might have taken a little bit longer to find your path. And it's just because it's a little bit different, or maybe a lot different than the kind of life you grew up seeing other people have, or that people expect of you in your culture, traditions, your family background, or just even like, how you grew up or where you grew up or like the school you went to or something, just a little bit different or something like that. You're trying to find your more authentic self and your more authentic life, and they appreciate that. They find you so beautiful because of that. Like they feel like if you didn't go through the steps that you did, you wouldn't be a diamond right now. And as big a diamond, because it's like everyone's just like ducklings and you're here being a swan. Nourish the sacred feminine. Yeah. I feel like you really tuned into yourself and your body, and you know what makes you feel good, what makes you feel healthy, what's right for you, the way you want to go about health, the way you want to go about relationships. I feel like you might think people have rushed it too much, or have been looking for, in your eyes, the wrong things in a relationship, the wrong things in a partnership, the wrong things in life. And you really took the time to heal yourself, heal your past wounds and trauma, really figure out the kind of love that you want, the kind of life and partnership that you want, the life that you want with your partner. you really took the time to understand yourself, to heal yourself, to love yourself, to nurture yourself. And that's why you bloomed at all. You might have been a late bloomer, but you're about to not bloom at all. There's so many people who don't bloom at all. And you're not just blooming, you're blooming at this freaking rare bloom. It's like once in a lifetime kind of bloom. You're that sacred flower blooming. And, there's so many folks that don't even get that. Don't even bloom fully, let alone bloom in this magnificent, magical way that you have as a rare flower. So, your person sees that 616. I see that you might have 2, 3 romantic interests, people that are interested in you. Maybe more, but like 2, 3 main ones. Wow. And then you notice that you are a swan. You are rare in this world. And it's because you took time to heal. And they're kind of nervous around you. They kind of tiptoe around you because they can see that you behave differently. You react to things differently. You think about things differently. You, what is it? Like you come at things with a deeper meaning, a higher perspective. And that freaks people out sometimes, even people who think they can play the same game as you. You kind of show them up sometimes, and it kind of intimidates people because you are someone who is a rare beauty, very powerful, very divine, and it takes a lot to get there. And there might be a lot of people who are pursuing the same path as you, who are also pursuing you, but they have ways to go. So they can just kind of stare at you from the sidelines or at a distance and like kind of wish and dream of being with you. I love you. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you do have, some very serious contenders here. You have at least 2, if not 3 or more people who are in love with you. And how could they not be? I feel like you're someone like that a lot of people can't even like see. Like if you're walking down the street, you might see a lot of people like not see you because you're on a different high vibe and most people are not on that vibe. And so for the people, the small amount of people that can actually see you, they're all very attracted to your light, your love energy. It's hard not to because you're kind of like ahead of the crowd, even in the high vibe crowd. Confirmation with that honk. So yeah, like there's a lot of people who are just like like slightly beside you or behind you that are watching you kind of swim ahead in your beautiful, magnificent energy, and they can't help but fall in love with you. I mean, you're an ideal candidate for a wife or a husband, a partner. Wow. Strength of character, moral integrity. Yeah. And you have that in bounds. So you don't change yourself to fit the situation. You don't change yourself to suit other people. You become more of yourself. You double down. And you don't ever say like, oh, it's just this one time, it's okay, like, everyone does wrong things once in a while. No, you're like, if something matters to you, you're like, no. Every single time. I hold myself accountable as much as I hold other people accountable to do the right thing. You like practice what you preach. Like you're not someone who just like tells other people what to do and not do it yourself. You're very much like someone who looks at what the right thing to do is, and if you're in the wrong, you hold yourself accountable too. And then your person is saying 616 that like it takes a very strong person to admit when they're wrong, to own up to it and do the right thing afterwards. How many people do you know do that? not many. They'll like kind of skirt the question, or they'll leave the elephant in the room and they'll just try to be nice to you, and they won't address what they did wrong, and they won't apologize, and they won't try to remedy it. They'll just try to pretend like it didn't happen, or they won't know how to approach it. They won't know how to problem solve. They don't know conflict resolution, or they don't know what the right thing to do is, or they don't know how to admit to themselves that, like, yeah, that wasn't the right thing. They become super embarrassed. They might flee. They might run away rather than, just admit that they're wrong. Yeah. A random act of kindness. I feel like you often, not like you have to do this like every day or anything, but like when an opportunity arises for you to do something nice, just out of the kindness of your heart, you usually do it. Let someone pass in front of you. Let someone go ahead of you in line. Help someone out with change at the coffee shop, or, if someone drops something, help them pick it up. Even when someone's not looking. If someone left their car or their chair or their mail, newspaper in a precarious situation, like, you fixed it for them. Someone lost their wallet, you give it back right away, without taking cash out of the wallet. Yeah, you just, whenever you can, you just allow yourself to be kind to other people. You pass it on without expecting anything back. And especially to people that you like, especially to people that are in your life, like your friends and family, and especially your partner. You do nice things for them all the time without being asked, without expecting anything in return. Just for being your friend or your partner or whatever. Just being someone that you know. That's what makes you so special, 616. Like, anyone that knows you is lucky to know you. Okay, so what do they think about the connection between the two of you? Psychic abilities. Okay, so they do feel like they have like a strong, like, psychic bond with you. They sometimes know like what you might do or what you might be thinking, and then you might go and say it or do those things, and they're like, I knew it. And the same thing with you and them. Like, you might know exactly when they're about to call or text, or like if something happens, you're like, oh, they're gonna feel this way about it, I know it. Or like, oh, I know they're gonna say this one thing. Like, if they see like this isn't put away in the right place or something, like, I know they're gonna say something about it, watch or something. And it's just kind of like yeah, you normally get that when you are with someone for a while. You kind of learn their behaviors and the way they would act or feel towards certain things. But also, like, I feel like this is something like somewhat new, and so it's like you pick up on those things like faster than you have with anyone else. And also, like, other like crazy weird psychic things happen around the two of you, and it's bizarre. Like, they notice it. They absolutely notice it. And I'm getting like this might happen with more than one person at this time for you. I keep getting like two or three, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, but 4 or 5 is at a distance. But you have some like romantic contenders around you. Pile 616. Okay. House 6. Okay, interesting. Establishing a foundation, health, daily life, practical details. So 616 is a very strong number for a reunion anyway. So I'm hearing some of them are like your exes, or some of them are like past crushes that I still think of you very strongly. But some of them, a few of them, like one of them could be the one among these few. One of them could definitely be the one. Or one of them was almost the one, or something like that I'm hearing. So you'll know, okay, so I feel like, yeah, there's like one or two maybe soulmate level connections around you that, even three maybe, but the third one is as like high a soulmate level connection as the other two. At least one very high level soulmate connection that like wants to kind of grow with you psychically. So you'll see that they want to spiritually involve with you, by improving themselves, improving you, like self-mastery kind of works. When I say spiritual work, I mean like, becoming the best version of yourself by taking like baby steps and improving your life, living more authentically to yourself, like more authentic life, like following your passions, making sure nothing stops you from continuing to work on your passions, like that kind of stuff. It could be like family, it could be like working with you, on a project with you, like for example like a garden with you, or like a homestead, or an home improvement project with you, working on a relationship with you, steadily growing into something more serious. Something where you're like steadily working with that person. So that's how you know that person was like a high level, or like I'm getting mid to high level soulmate connection. But yeah, there is someone, or at least one, if not more, two, possibly three, that really wants to like grow and evolve with you, and you make them think about these things. Seven of Swords. But I feel like, be careful. There's some people who are just gonna like pretend to be what they think you want them to be in order to just kind of hang out with you, to kind of get what they want out of you. So I am saying like be careful, because like there are people presenting themselves as this kind of person, as a high level soulmate, but they're not. And they might be like, yeah, I want to like learn and grow with you. I have this like hobby that I'm like really interested in. Like I'm someone who's very passionate. I like to like live life according to what I think is right, not what other people think is right. And like, I don't know, just saying all this like BS. And then they're not about it. They don't practice what you preach, which you do, which is why people want to be with you, because you're very strong energy, very powerful energy. You have a lot of influence. A lot of people listen to what you say. You're very dead gorgeous, very sexy, very good energy, very beautiful. Inside and out, your personality is really good too. You're interesting. People like to be around you. Even though you don't like to be around everyone all the time, I'm getting like avoid social situations, or like not social situations, but like maybe like parties or gatherings. That's not like really your vibe. But there is someone who's pretending to be like you, but they're not. But they could almost fool you. They almost fool themselves, because I think this is like a medium level soulmate, medium to high, even medium low soulmate. And so they come off as someone might be someone that you're meant to come across and maybe date, maybe have a relationship with, maybe have a friendship with, have some sort of connection with, but they're lying to you. They're not someone who can keep up with this on a daily basis. Maybe once in a while, you two can have a really good powwow, really good connection, really good conversation, really help each other out kind of thing. You might have like a on again, off again situation with this person, and you're like, what is wrong? What's wrong with my radar? Haven't I been working for a long time to get what I want and not settle? And this person might have been even fooling themselves to think that they're this person, or maybe they just been kind of fooling you into getting what they want. So be careful. There is that kind of energy around. I am willing to see the sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. Yeah. So it's kind of hard, because like you're the kind of person that like looks like, because you're such a good person, or you're just like a very aware person. You're very kind. You treat people how you would want to be treated. You look at the similarities between you and other people. And so so you see the good qualities in other people, which make you blind to some of their negative qualities or the bad qualities or some of the red flags. And sometimes when there is a connection there between another person, because they're karmic or soulmate or something, they might actually trick themselves thinking that they are the same as you. And they quickly find out, they don't quickly find out, you quickly find out that they're not, and they slowly find out that they're not. So this is what I'm getting. So in the beginning, this connection was really good because you saw all the qualities that you both shared. And they believed it too. They fooled themselves into believing it too. And now they're just kind of like faking it until they can kind of like get what they want out of this connection, get what they want out of you, or keep you on the sidelines for whatever. But I feel like both of you can see, like, this person can't keep up with who you are and what you're working on every day. They can't keep up with this connection on an everyday basis in the way that you want it. They try to if they want something, but that's it. So what is Spirit saying for you? Show the world the real you. So Spirit is saying, like, you might have kind of like how this person is trying to like mimic your high vibe behaviors. You might have been trying to mimic their low vibe behaviors just so you can be like, oh, look, we're the same. Look, we're like, we get along really well. And Spirit is saying, like, you're not being honest to yourself. You worked way too hard for this. You are a beautiful, brightly shining swan. You are not ducklings like the people around you. Nothing wrong with being a duckling, but you are a swan. You need to be with swan people on your vibe, people who get the real, authentic you, all of you, So Spirit saying, like, you're kind of holding yourself back with this person or these people. And it's nice to be wanted. It's nice to be felt like you're needed. It's nice to get all this attention, but they're holding you back. Your swan mate is ahead of you in the river, not behind you. So take that how that resonates. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what signs you may receive to know that this is your pile, that this is your energy. Unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yeah. So use your intuition, in your gut, in your heart of hearts. Like, ask yourself, is this the right person for me? Is this the highest, best choice for me in my life? So seeing unicorns, I'm getting more like realistic unicorns, not like cartoonish unicorns. So like unicorns that actually look like, horses with the mane and, very sketched out or drawn really well. Not like cartoony unicorns. If they just appear to you, if they have in the past few days, in the last week, or if they do in the next few days or next week, that's a sign that this is your pile, your energy. Tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Yes, late bloomer. Nothing wrong with that. It's just like with late bloomers, it's like you did everything right, so you can live the rest of your life like perfectly, rather than like just rushing into things and then fixing everything after you've made really bad, big decisions in your life. You took the time to kind of figure yourself out and do things right. That's the way I see it. So a tortoise, like, so even, turtles or tortoises, that you just see randomly. Unicorn, tortoises, all these animals. Bread. Period of prosperity and abundance. So Spirit is saying, don't worry. If you release energies that are no longer serving you, then you will be entering a period of prosperity and abundance. You took the slow and steady route. You took the path less taken. You took a more... You played the long game. you did you did the things that were hard, not because they were hard, but because they were right. So yeah, you have a period of prosperity and abundance ahead, and you'll know this because you'll be gifted really special, unique bread or a sandwich or something by someone else, and that'll be your sign that prosperity and abundance is coming through, and that you let go of this person or these energies that no longer serve you, and recognize who you are, what your power is, and what you deserve, and who you are going to get in your life as a partner. Yeah, I'm getting these energies that you've known. They're not gonna get at your level, or not anytime soon. So you're moving ahead. If you do, you'll get prosperity and abundance right now that will prep you for your swan mate. So leave some swans in the comment section if this resonated. I really appreciate your likes and comments if you like this reading, if you resonated with it, or just if you want to support me. And with that, I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light. Hi, beautiful pile 808 with the orange calcite. Let's look at what they think of you. Daydreamer. Page of Flutes, Page of Cups. So they do feel like you have a lot of creative ideas, that you can picture a really beautiful world, a more idealistic world, and a world where things are perfect, or more fun, or more harmonious, more prosperous, successful, more divine. And they really admire this about you because, like, your energy is so pure and kind-hearted. It's like nothing can break you. Nothing that's going on in the world can break that vision that you have, and that's so important, especially right now in the world, just to hold like an image of the world that you want to see. It's what manifests that, because like as a collective, we constantly watch like horror movies, dystopian movies, apocalyptic movies, and just like a lot of like violent, gory, like people movies and television shows where people are mean to each other, lie to each other, are fake and deceptive, and all these kind of shows that we manifest that kind of world. So we need more people who can hold a vision of a better world, of a more utopian world, and you're one of those people. And I'm not saying that bad things don't happen to you and that you don't go through hard situations, experiences, and tough emotions, but like through it all, you still can hold a beautiful vision of what the world could be. You don't give up hope for humanity, for the world. Ooh, well, that's more than I can say for myself at this time. So, I mean, props to you, 808. Like, you're being acknowledged by your person. They're seeing this in you, and I mean, it's a rare quality for sure. Unstick the stuck. So I feel like you're the kind of person, like if someone's like stuck in like a bad mental loop and like just like a dark cycle in their head, and that's just looping over and over again, like you can unstuck them. And you could do it for yourself as well. And you can do it for kind of anyone. You can you're like a spin team. Like you can make anything that's negative a positive if necessary. You don't go around like a crazy person making everything a positive. Like no one's like that. No one can be like super uber happy and positive like that all the time. Unless you just awakened or you just fell in love or something like that, when you're in that really, really extremely high vibe energy. And by the way, if you're ever in that energy, manifest, write things down, say things, pray for things. You'll manifest things very quickly in that energy. But yeah, you're someone who can, like, if necessary and if needed, spin things to a positive and have a good outlook. If everyone's feeling down, like, oh, we missed this thing, like, oh, we were too late for this show, we missed the beginning of it, or oh, I couldn't get the thing, like it sold out, or like, why did I have to lose my job, why did I have to lose this situation, or whatever. You can spin it to the positive. Really good talent that you have. It's gonna be a very helpful skill for you. You probably already know. It's like, why can't people do this for themselves? Like, yeah, not. I'm getting specific experiences, and natural abilities that you have combined allow you to be able to do this easier and better than people. You could be a great like PR person, but I'm getting like, sometimes you rather just be in your own world. Sometimes you rather just be left alone. In your own fantasy world. Yeah, I feel like you like to read books, or you like to watch fantasy, sci-fi shows or movies, or even like fantasy games, or like dressing in like fantasy characters, or have like a lot of like fairy, like unicorn, ethereal kind of aesthetic in your home, or a little bit here and there in your on your phone wallpaper or something like that. I am not available. Yeah, I feel like that's so you. I'm hearing it's like you just like, you're like, nope, everyone's being a little dark today, bye. I'm just gonna go in my own little world then. You're like having a bubble bath with candles, a little bit of wine or whatever, kombucha, and you're just like living life. You're just having your most fantastic day. If someone's being crabby, if other people around you are being like not fun to be around, you're like, I'm not having that. I'm having a fun day. I don't care about any of you people. You're not gonna get my mood down. Like, you just leave. You just go do your own thing after. Like, people notice that. Your person, especially 808, might think you're just aloof. That like, if someone is talking about like dark topics or something, like sometimes you'll want to partake in those kinds of conversation. But if someone like really brings the conversation to like a place it doesn't need to be in, you're like, okay, like, oh yeah, did you notice this today? Or you just change the subject, or you're like looking at other things in the room and you just kind of like float away to another place, or you might actually just like leave the event, or like figure out something else you want to do that's like more your vibe. Choices, knowledge, and illumination. Yeah. You're so powerful in that you know that you have a choice in any moment. You have a choice to be where you are or to be somewhere else. You have a choice to be in a good mood or a bad mood. And sometimes you you get in a sad mood, or mad, angry mood, or a bad mood, and you just kind of like let it pass. But I feel like most of the time, like, you can like switch your mood. And you can like make yourself like look at the positive. You can distract yourself from like negative things for temporarily. Like, if it's too overwhelming, you can do that for other people too. You can sense it when other people. That's like your specific empath ability. Like, you can sense when someone needs like a distraction, or someone needs like ideas of things to do, like like your best friend just like broke up or something, and you're like, okay, I'm coming over with like a bunch of food, a bunch of snacks, a bunch of movies, a bunch of wine, a bunch of this and that, and like we're gonna do all this, and then next weekend we're gonna go out, and like, so you have like when like to distract yourself, when to distract other people, something like that. Like, that's like a really good skill that you have. And you could just see the higher perspective of things. Like, if someone's like, oh yeah, well, the world's gonna like collapse in like this many years anyway, and you're like, no, it's not. Like, how many times they've said that like in the past? Like, no, like, stop peddling like fear porn. Like, you can like look at life differently. Like, look how miraculous life is. Like, we have this beautiful day. Why don't we use it, for to do whatever we want in this moment, kind of thing, you know? You'll say things when you need to say it, but you always remember that you have a choice, and no matter what you do. And like what people might be afraid to do, like leaving an event early or not even showing up to a certain event, or feeling like, you know, when you feel like you're obligated to do things. Oh, my boss asked me to stay to work on this. Like, well, you don't have to. Are they paying you for that? You know, like you know when to make certain choices and when not to. It's like, oh, everyone left the party. It's like, oh yeah, but it seemed like, you know, the host was like in a bad mood, or like no one's really helping them. Like, I'm going to stay and help them. Like, you do things that other people don't think they have the option or choice to do. You kind of live on your own terms. Very sexy to your person. Ask for help. It doesn't make you weak. Yeah, you never look at like with those like very like pink and purple, like pastel-y pink and purples, like very like lovey, cutesy, like good vibes, good friendship vibes, good mood vibes. Like I feel like yeah, like when people might like be afraid to ask something, like if you're at like, I don't know, a place and then you had to buy like an item or something. It's like, I only have this amount. Like, would you be willing to give me like a discount for it, or would you be willing to give me like work something out with me or something? Like, you ask people things that people are afraid to do. It's really good for business, I'm hearing, because you're not afraid to ask. You're not afraid to talk to people real, you know, on the real, and like you make really good friends because of that. Like, you ask people for help if you need help, and like so more people are willing to ask you for help, and it makes them like a more open person. And that's really admirable, because I feel like a lot of people are afraid to ask for help or afraid to open up to others, and you make it so comfortable and okay for other people to do that by leading by example, by showing people like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? Like, I'm having a really bad day, and like I was wondering if I could like just talk to you about it, and maybe you can like give me some advice, or at least like help me, like just like let me vent or something. And like it's totally okay if you don't want to, but like I just needed someone to talk to, and you just were giving up good vibes. Like, you know, you make friends like that all everywhere you go, kind of. Okay, so what does your person think about the connection between the two of you? 808. Finding. I'm getting you always finding, yeah, good energy, good things, but like good ideas, but you're also always finding things. Like, you're always finding money. You're always finding like a hidden hole in the wall, like best pub or like restaurant or something like that. Like, you're always finding like a secret beach or something like that. You're always like finding things that are like special and like rare, and like you amaze people. You really do feel like magical to people sometimes, just because like you bring them on this like fairy tale adventure. It doesn't have to be like fairy tale like. It could be like a secret like abandoned building that has like graffiti all over it or something, but like it's very like aesthetically different and pleasing and fun to explore, kind of thing. You know, you're just like always finding things like that, and exploring, and you know, maybe you find a specific product and it's just like a miracle product, and you're not afraid to like share it with your best friends and stuff like that. There's something to that. I don't know what it is. See, you have like a certain like je ne sais quoi, like people can't like put their finger on it, but there's something about you. Like, you're always finding things. And I think it's because you're always finding like good things about yourself or good things about your life. And so it's always like manifests by like you finding good things out there, which is really precious, really cute. You have like unique superpowers. Like, I love your superpowers, 808. Like, it's very, very nice. Pluto, transform. And with the butterflies here, like I'm getting like you might have had like a huge transformation in your life. So you might have had like a huge life-changing event in your life. So you might have had like a certain injury or surgery or disease that kind of like, you know, changed your outlook on life or something, or changed your personality, changed who you were, changed how you like wanted to live life. You might have had like a really transformative like relationship that was really dark, experience, you know, whatever it is, like you had a really transformative life. That is why which is why people are even more amazed, specifically a person 808, that you are the way you are. Like, how does this person still hold light, still hold hope, and still push, I'm about to cry, still push themselves forward even through all that darkness, even through all that stuff. It's just like harden you to become like a very clear cut diamond, like just incredibly pure, incredibly hardened and magnificent, very divine, and with a very divine purpose. Like people can see it and feel it around you. Like you're magical, you're meant for something beautiful, even if it's just touching people's lives that you meet on a daily basis, you know. And you don't, I feel like you don't even know how many people's lives you've touched. Okay, Child of Pentacles, so the Page of Pentacles. Oh my god, it's a little baby bear. That is so cute. It's a little cub. I feel like people only see this like this side of you outwardly, like this cute, cuddly little teddy bear, cute cuddly little cub. But what you have inside you is like this huge mama bear, papa bear kind of energy, very strong, very protective, very frightening. So like I feel like you seem all like cute and cuddly on the outside and everyone wants to hang out with you, but like I feel like only a true few people have seen, or very like, you know, small groups of people have seen like this like angry cocaine bear version of you, you know? And like you only bring it out when you need to, kind of thing. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest and best good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. So I feel like you've developed that scary bear side of you because you needed to protect yourself. People see you as like cute and cuddly, and you have been taken advantage of. You have gone through dark situations. You are more powerful than people think, and you have gone through more shit than people know of. So just to let you know, like you draw your energy from your experiences and from the divine. So you have this very like strong and brave but soft and kind and pure energy about you. It's very, very powerful. Your person notices that, or they feel like they sense this about you. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah, so Spirit is saying like, if this resonates with you, pile 808, and this is your pile, like this is ending soon. I feel like you've been putting on your cute and cuddly side for as long as you could, but you're a grown bear now, and although you like to kind of continue to share your good visions with others and share your kindness and your really purified friendship energies with others, and these like magical moments, like I feel like you've been going through a major transformation and it's finally ending. And here are some signs that like this is your pile. Okay, deep personal strength and peace that assure success. This is Spirit's message to you, that like you have deepened your personal strength and peace to a level where like when bad things happen, you don't let it phase you. You overcome them quickly. You overcome them in the right and healthy way. You heal yourself very, very powerfully. And like it's been like one thing after another I'm hearing for you. So it's just like you like go deep into this valley and you had to climb on top of that mountain, and you fall all the way down a new mountain and have to climb up this new mountain and everything, and it just kept like going like that for a long time. So spirit is saying like, rest assured that success is yours. This wasn't all for naught. Like, this is for something. Like, you went through all this for nothing. You didn't go through all this for nothing. But I am getting, because I said nothing, I'm getting like nothing from your past is coming with you, or nothing that doesn't resonate with is coming with you. So prepare for a shakeup. So we got the handshake here. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So I do find that you are meeting someone that you don't really know. This might be someone that like is like this person I've been describing that is like sees you in this way. It might be someone that you see at a distance, because I'm like, I think this person like senses this about you. So it might be someone at a distance, or someone you don't know that well, or doesn't know you that well, even if you've known them for a very long time, little to no communication, or someone that has a crush on you, or you've known in the past. Or I feel like for most of you, this might be someone new. A meeting with a stranger that could be important. And this could be a success, someone that you meet that's going to be your business partner, your best friend, someone that you work closely with, someone that helps improve your life in some way, and vice versa, you help improve their life in some way. So I do feel like you're about to meet someone very important. And a wheel. So I feel like if you see a wheel, that is your sign. And I'm getting like not like a car wheel, but like a very specific like big wooden wheel of some sort, maybe like a water wheel, or like an image of a wheel or something, but not a tire. Definitely 100% not a tire, but like a wheel of some sort. That's going to be a sign that this is what's happening for you. And dog. Protection from a powerful friend. So yeah, I feel like whoever you're meeting, and this is someone that you're going to meet in the next few days or a week or so. And unless you already met them in the last few days or the last week, but this person is going to be a very powerful friend who is going to be like your protector energy. So whether this is a short-term connection or long-term, whether it's just friend, mutual friend, or friendship that turns into something romantic, or romantic right off the bat, or just like a casual meeting of a person, someone who's like a energy worker, or someone who's like a teacher or apprentice, or that kind of energy. Whatever this is, it's like when you meet this person, I feel like you're gonna shake their hand or something professional. Like, you're not gonna like hug this person right away, like, but there's like some sort of professional like handshake, even if you're just meeting as acquaintances or something, like a handshake, as I'm seeing, like making a deal or saying hello, good to meet you. I'm getting like it feels kind of awkward, because it's like, oh, I don't normally just give a handshake to a random person that I meet. Like, I usually wave hi or give them a hug or something. Like, handshake, that's unusual. So it's like an unusual handshake I'm getting. It's like funny that you did that and they did that, or something like that. Because like, I feel like both of you were like intend to be like very professional with each other, or have each other at arm's length, but there might be like something there, and that's why you both kind of shook your hand, because you were both attracted to each other or something like that. But it could just be also a platonic good friends, and you start like at a professional relationship, and it turns into more of a strong friendship, that ends up being a very powerful friend that is a very big protector energy. Yeah, and something with a wheel. Wheels associated with time. I'm going to pull one more card just because I get when would you meet this person, how and why. Yeah, Spirit is just saying, because like you're going through like the end of a tough cycle. So after that end of that tough cycle, it's kind of like, okay, like, you know how I said before, like, you're releasing everything that does not no longer serve you, and you might find out that's like everyone or everything in your life. For some of you, it's like everything in your life, and but for some of you, it's like, you know, most of your friends, most of your connections, your relationships with others, most of the things that you own, things like that. So you might be feeling like, oh man, like that was tough, like that was tough release a lot of people and things, and Spirit's like, well, look behind you, we're bringing in a new friend or a new potential romantic relationship, or just something that will be a protective energy for you, for a little while, for a long while, if it doesn't become something more. It's just someone that's going to be there for the transition. So 808, very powerful change happening in your life. You're a very special person. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, I really appreciate a like or comment. It really helps me out. If you resonated with this reading, or if you like this reading, I tried a new format today. And also, if you just want to support me, I really appreciate it. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, and I wish you much love and light.